What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Richie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man, Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Tretch in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy, Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Let's start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm chilling. Yes, I am. We got a great show tonight, man. We've had her on the show before. She is I call her the podcast guru. She helps people with their podcasts. She helps them grow. She helps them to scale their businesses. She does so much, and we haven't talked to her in a while, so I thought I'd ask her to come on and see what's up with her and talk again. And she brought a friend along with her, so we're going to find out what the friend does as well. And I'm quite sure if it's with Dani Marie, he's doing some great things. So we're definitely going to do that. Hey, man, you know, we've gone through a lot this year. I mean, today has been a tiring day for me, okay? But we've gone through a lot this year, and we need to make sure, again, after I read all of those obituaries, so to speak, yesterday, we need to make sure that we're giving everybody their flowers, man. We got to make sure that everyone is understanding that we're not guaranteed tomorrow, but we can encourage, inspire, educate, just be cheerleaders for everybody, man. We want to make sure that everyone is living up to their full potential, and we celebrate them, as we're going to do with Dani Marie today. I don't know where my people are, but hey, Coach James Bond, always, yeah, it's been a minute, bro. Good evening, sir. We appreciate you always. It's the life coach, James Bond, always with us. Travels the world, though, okay? You need to stay home sometime, bro. Travels the world. Anyway, while we're waiting on Dani Marie, I wanted her to introduce her guest, but who else is this? Danielle. Oh, that's Danielle, Dani Marie. She's not on yet. It hasn't loaded, but give her a second or two. But yes, let's keep encouraging everyone. Let's keep on inspiring everybody, because our guest tonight does just that. She has the brightest eyes. She's always smiling. And again, she gives of herself tremendously. She helps others to scale their businesses, to grow your podcast. You know, she's done a lot of inspiring things for us as well. So everybody say what's up to my friend.
What's going on? When
Girl,
you talk about giving yourself to everybody, like literally 3 minutes ago, my kids were screaming at the top of their lungs. Wow. Because they both have the stomach flu and fevers and all kind of stuff. But they're now content. But it's good to see your face.
But it's good to see your face as well. And thank you for giving us this time, despite having to talk. You know, we'll take the back seat. We'll take the back seat all the time for the kids.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for having me. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. What's going on, girl?
A lot and nothing. First, a lot and not much at all, I'll say. But first and foremost, to anybody this year who has lost anyone or anything, my heart goes out to you, because that's been a lot of what I experienced at the top of this year. This year, 2025, has been bittersweet between personal losses, hardships, but still finding the gumption and the gall and audacity to rise above it all.
Yeah.
And then I think the last time I spoke with you guys, I was still in the early stage of coaching, right? So I coach podcasters. I have a nice community called Podcasting for Newbies. I'm very selective on who I include in that group. But at that point, I was still fairly new to the coaching arena. But now, like, since I've spoke with you guys, just how do we provide people with more options, better solutions? I think a lot of that comes with frameworks and tools that are helpful. So we've been building a lot of that stuff in the back end.
Yeah, and you know, we're always number one, the whole, you know, the cast and crew. We're all family, but we're big fans of yours because, again, you give of yourself, and it's unselfish. There's a lot of people out here doing these podcasts and things of that nature, and you've taken it a step further, and you've taught them not only how to do their podcast, but to scale their podcast. You know, and you brought a guest with you.
Yes, I did. So I said not much has changed because we were still doing podcasting for newbies at the time. But then, like I said, systems and frameworks was added to the mix. But then also I have branched into another podcast. So I'm happy for the guest joining. It is my co-host. We can talk about what does it mean to enter into a partnership and start a business with the co-host, and what does that look like? But yes, I do have a guest.
And we're going to bring him on right now. Is his name? His name is Aaron.
Mr. Aaron Goins himself.
Let's go. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, how you doing, man? How you doing? Excited to be on here.
I'm good, man. We're excited to have you, man. Anybody that's a friend of Dani Lee is a friend of ours.
Absolutely.
Oh man, she got whole different names on here. I love it. I love it.
I get a chance to call her whatever I want. Okay, she got Danielle.
Dani Marie is what I open with all of the time on the podcast.
I said Dani Lee.
Yeah.
Oh.
I give her those names, all right. But welcome to the show, Aaron. We appreciate you coming through and hanging out with us, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Love it, and thank you for the invite.
Yeah, so I actually was doing Talk Tacoma before, right? Talk Tacoma was another passion project, something that we were talking about locally here, just kind of like how you guys have built a local community, you know, on Dope Living TV. Although it's expanded beyond that, it started with, you know, your community. So Absolutely. I did Talk Tacoma to just highlight the different spots and people that were doing cool things in Tacoma. That's how I met Aaron. And then, has it been a year now? I think a year later, yeah, where he introduced this concept at the time when he was a guest, and then circle back to like, let's see what it looks like. Let's bring it together and actually act on it. He was talking about government contracting at the time. What does that look like? And then he talked about FIFA. Hey, everybody should be thinking about FIFA. Right now is the time to start thinking about what you can do to best align with FIFA, the World Cup. And then he and I both had later conversations, and then I'll pitch it to Aaron to say what part of it he wants to share. But that's basically how this podcast came about, was just him dropping a seed and then us both moving forward on that.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there's a lot of, I think like this over the last couple days, even I went to a couple of events, and people just are not aware of the possibilities for the World Cup. And I think one thing that I get is everybody's like, man, I gotta be a soccer fan. You don't gotta be a soccer fan to take advantage of the World Cup.
That's right.
There's a lot of possibilities, especially with entrepreneurs, to take advantage of it, but you gotta be creative about it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the main thing about it is getting awareness out there. I went to a Black group resource cross holiday party between Microsoft, Amazon, Boeing, Nordstrom's, Blue Origin, all these Black professionals. And I said, I ask people, hey man, how y'all getting ready for the World Cup? I don't have tickets for it. Okay. I don't have this for it. Okay. Don't you have an Airbnb? Oh yeah, I do have an Airbnb. Do you go to restaurants? Yeah, you can partner restaurants. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that you can do to get ready for this massive event.
Well, let me ask you, Aaron, while we're on the subject of that, you're I don't even like to use the word hobnobbing, but you're networking with a bunch of people. How difficult is that to get to the point that you need to get to when you're navigating the room?
I mean, for me, I'm a big networker. So I mean, this is what I do. You know, when I go to a party or I go to an event, I went to Seattle city officials event. It was the City Chamber of Commerce. I got to it. I went to everybody. I talked to everybody I saw. I was excited. I came with a lot of energy. Hey, how you guys doing? You know, this is about the show. I think you guys would be a great guest for the podcast. You know, let's connect. So I just already have an agenda already of what I want to do. I want to approach people. I want to have excitement. I want to talk about the World Cup. I want to talk about the podcast and see what people think. And, you know, you'll see for the first minute or so what people are thinking. Some people are excited and some people are like, that's not me. Why is it in you? So, you know, I just have that energy, you know, God given energy right there that I have. So I just want to just, you know, talk to people and inquire their minds. Same thing I did with Dani.
That's what's up. See, that's what I'm saying with Dani. Dani, you talk to people every day. Just seems like every minute, you know. And you have to be a different type of way for different type of people. How do you differentiate your hey, I'm going to help you right here, to your hey, you're not serious? You know, how do you differentiate those?
First of all, let me go back to Aaron real quick. I have not seen Aaron in action because I'm still like behind the scenes at the house with the kids and I work remotely, but I just picture Aaron to be relentless whenever he's out there in the field, like, you know, not in a assertive, forceful way, but just like, I have every right to be in this room and you should know exactly what I am doing, right? So
That's right.
I just picture Aaron like that because we've had some amazing guests on the podcast. But for me, that goes back into frameworks. How do I know like where to classify people and those that are serious versus those that are unserious? Having the different stages where I can meet people at. So maybe a community, the Facebook group is not for you because maybe you are overstimulated by the group. So you can go to the one-on-one, or maybe you can get the ebook, or maybe we have to do like right now what's popular are like the mini series where you work one-on-one with somebody over the course of 5 days to see how well you both work together and determine if you want to do the high ticket offer. So it's just having the different solutions to meet the different needs for the people wherever they are on their journey. So that could be a group or a community or a digital product that you can offer to them, or like taking it a step further and doing a one-on-one consultation or one-on-one mini series.
So we've always loved the way that you talk about the business, and we know true business men, women, by the way that they can speak about their craft. And there's a lot of people that get on, and I can't imagine Aaron would ever even be that way, because the way he spoke a second ago speaks numbers. But there's people that come on and they talk, and it's unbelievable. I mean, it's just you don't know what your craft is. You know, I make it a habit never to speak on what I don't know about. I can't do it. You know, there's not a lot that I know, but there's not a lot that I don't know. I can tell you a lot of stuff, but I want to be intentional with everything that I do. So you guys have the podcast. What is it? Host City Hustle?
Yeah, Host City Hustle. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, it's Host City Hustle. So I mean, it's so the whole thing of the podcast is we are a entrepreneur events podcast centered around sporting events. So you know, right now our main focus is the World Cup, but after the World Cup, we're gonna focus on the Super Bowl. We're gonna focus on college football. We're gonna focus on the Masters and so on to the 2028 Olympics in LA. So we want to cover all different sporting events, but we want to talk about the entrepreneur side of it, the event side of it, not just the sports side. I know that's that's covered a lot, but talking about people who behind the scenes, how people prepare for these big events is our big thing. Like for instance, for the World Cup, we already know that like somewhere like Atlanta, they have 2,800 hotels downtown. That's good. They're used to big events, but how does a city like Seattle or Philly, how do they get ready for the World Cup where they don't have the same infrastructure because they don't host the same kind of events that somewhere like Atlanta or Dallas, these who has dome stadiums, host massive events?
The big corporations are getting to the money. How can we make sure that trickles down to the smaller businesses, the solopreneurs, the mompreneurs, the creativepreneurs? There's money out there to be made for everybody. There's money at the table for everyone to, grab, but it's just having to be proactive and, get ahead of the curve. So that's the biggest mission. And Host City Hustle, because with the FIFA World Cup, there are 16 host cities that will be hosting the World Cup, Seattle being one of them. I think you're closest to, I guess, New York and perhaps Canada, being that you're out there in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, even people who are in Chicago can still kind of get a piece of the pie is what I'm learning in my experience of talking to different experts like SEO experts, and how you can still, even with keywords on your website, still position yourself to be aligned with the FIFA World Cup.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, I was
Go
going to
ahead,
say too, like I was going to say that, like according to FIFA, their expectations is that when people fly in or go to different host cities, they want to stay in the average of 10 days and go to one match for 2 tickets. So they're going to be at a host city for 10 days. What are they going to do in the meantime? So it's up to that host city to really think about what they can do and the people there, how can they help these people out as far as, during that time frame, transportation wise, eateries, entertainment, things like that, tourism. So what can you do to take advantage of these additional people coming in? This is the biggest sporting event in the world. So you're going to have they're projecting at least 1 to 6 million people coming to North America for this event. So how can you get ready for these additional people coming in?
Right. That's interesting. Okay. I've played FIFA on games. Okay. But it is so popular now. It is one of the, like you said, Aaron, the biggest draw right about now, because everybody's getting tired of everything else and the softness of all the rest of these sports. You know what I mean? It's like football, it's about the money and they're soft. Okay. Basketball, they're really soft. Shout out to LeBron James. They're really soft. And, I think it's great, man, that you guys are pushing that initiative. What type of a what's the word I want to use? I'm always searching for words. I don't know where my team is at because they would help me. Okay, but what type of drive are you trying to make, or what type of people are you trying to draw in? I know you're trying to get everybody. Okay, but what's your crux of people that you're trying to get to on your podcast?
So we're looking for our target audience is entrepreneurs, local fans, and also international fans, because we want to make sure that when people are coming in, they're aware of what's going on in those cities. So that's why we're targeting the city officials and different entrepreneurs in those cities to talk about their cities. We also made we also have a website, and we have a readiness report, a visitor report about for fans as well, so they understand the different eateries, the security, the airport system, and things like that, so that people feel comfortable when they're coming in. Because the first thing somebody thinks about when they go to a whole city or something like that, they're gonna think about safety. They're gonna think about how can they travel around. They're gonna think about where they can eat at. So that's our target audience, is to target, first of all, entrepreneurs and how entrepreneurs can get in this. And then second of all, fans who are going to these different host cities, what to expect. And then, you see familiar faces. Oh, I remember this guy. He was on a podcast talking about his restaurant, blase, blase, blase. So, yeah.
That's good. Go ahead, Danny. You're on mute, Danny. You're on mute.
You're on mute, Danny.
My bad. I think it's like twofold. Aaron already touched on it, but just to unpack it a bit further, our target audience, the people that are listening, are probably the small business owners, but the guests that we have on are probably, like he said, the city officials, all of the experts who can offer a lot of insights on how you can prepare yourself. So we've had everyone from a marketing guru to someone who is an expert in security detail to someone who has worked in banking for the past 20 years, all of these people who can speak from 20 years of experience and educate our target audience. Again, the entrepreneur, big or small, mid-size or small size business, about how you can be ready. But then also it expands beyond that, like he said, internationally and domestically as well. People who are traveling, they might be more interested in the conversations we have around marketing, how we can appeal best to the people that are going to the restaurants, so on and so forth. So it is good to have a niche. Going back to the podcasting conversation, you should have a niche that's defined, but it's even better when your content still can expand and appeal to other audiences as well.
Yeah. Now, it's not a small undertaking that you guys are doing or taking on. How do you find the time to efficiently make this happen? Because look, Dani Marie, I know that you got your kids and you're doing a whole bunch of other stuff, okay? And Aaron, I don't know you very well, but just you talking and let me know about you, it makes me tired, okay? So, because he working, he running, all right, doing his thing, okay? But how do you find the time to make it happen?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Dani, you first.
Yeah, I too don't know. Because I do a lot of things between being a mom, a lot of different side hustles, working with different clients on what they have going on for their conferences and other stuff. But I think that one thing about Aaron and I that I appreciate is he can be out there boots to the ground whenever he has the time and the time permits for him, while I can be here behind the scenes. And so learning each other's strengths is a plus. And he's out there doing what he does. And then we can kind of, I cover the bases from home, working remotely. And then he's able to do the same working in person for the most part. And then sometimes we don't always record together, truth be told. Ideally, we would like to record more in person, like moving into this next phase. But sometimes I can't make it and he got it covered, and vice versa. So just like similar to your platform, we're still a united front, but sometimes a united front means I'm the one covering, the conversation on one particular episode, and then he's covering the conversation on other episodes as well. So finding the time in our own personal schedule and still under the umbrella of Host City Hustle.
So yeah, Aaron, let's keep it a buck, bro. Let's keep it a buck. All right? Because I can tell, like she said, boots on the ground. I can tell you out there, bro. You're doing your thing. Tell me how do you find that time?
I used to be out there. Aaron got me beat every event, and it's the good ones too, right? And I think I wish we would do more of that. Like put yourself out there more. Go to the events. But yeah, Aaron is the networking king.
Yeah, I mean, you had to be out there. You got to be out there with the people. You got to contact people. You can't be afraid to go out there and, you're going to have people say yes, going to have people say no. But you got to be out there. If you really believe in your product, which me and Dani believe in, you got to be there talking to people. So, right. It takes a while too. So that first touch, then you got to follow up. And that's not been my strong point, but I have someone like Dani that really helped me out with that. And also, look, Dani's the pro with podcasting. I'm not. So she does the editing and things like that. I'm not doing that. I'm trying to find guests. I'm trying to, I'm trying to do the sponsorship, and things like that. So that's my goal is to do the sponsorship, find the guests, promote the podcast as much as possible. We both have different social media platforms as far as responsibilities. So, and Dani, we gotta, and still, I told Dani too, we gotta have an end of the year conversation too about 2026 and what we expect. So that's coming up hopefully this weekend if Dani's available. So I already have a spot. I already have somewhere we can meet up at.
See, sometimes it's like we gotta talk in passing on other platforms. podcast platform. But we do it and it works, you know. That's the partnership.
Yeah.
So how difficult is it for you guys? Well, let me put it like this. Everything isn't a bed of roses. We know this, all right? What obstacles have you guys come up with not only the podcast, but with marketing and all the aspects of doing this?
I'll start there.
Okay, yeah.
I'm the big thinker. So I'm thinking, so when we first started, Danny didn't really think about the big picture like I did. Like I was like, hey man, we want to do this, we want to do this. He was like, pause. I don't know about this. So when I say the 3-year run, I say a 3-year run. So Danny was like, well, you know, how long? I said, let's do 3 years up to the Olympics. She didn't think about that. All she thinking about was the World Cup. But I'm thinking big. Like we want to make sure that we are traveling different host cities, making sure that we and like I said, then do other sports as well. So we are a part of the NFL communications. We're going to be applying for other sporting organizations as well, like NCAA, NBA, you know, and so on and so on and so on. So I'm really thinking big picture, and Danny is slowly coming along with it. But we both know that there's limitations as well, you know, as far as where we're going at. You know, I mean, we can't be doing everything for everybody. So, you know, also we have to have constraints and you know, continue to talk and communicate and go. It's a marriage between me and her. So, you know, with this podcast, so we have to really communicate, and that's something that we have to do more.
Yes, I agree. While I won't say Danny's not a big thinker.
He's not. You are a big thinker, but
I'm a big thinker, but I just never saw this for my life. I'm already planning on, you know, podcasting stuff and all of that stuff in a different direction. So that's one thing that people sometimes you have to yield to your partners or co-hosts' thoughts, you know, and where they see the vision. Sometimes it's like, I had a different plan for my life 3 years from today. So I didn't see myself basically not sports casting, but in a sense doing journalism for sports tailored to small businesses. That was not my plan. My plan was, how can I build my own network with podcasts and those types of things. And so, yeah, it is a marriage that sometimes you have to yield to what your co-host or quote unquote partner, in this case, business partner, wants to do. And I think for me, it was more so like all of the paperwork. You know, when you have a co-host, I think a lot of people just say like, let's do the co-hosting thing, but don't ever go the next step to get the legal stuff in order. And so that brought a whole different, you know, truth and reality to it. Like, okay, we have like a 38-page agreement, and what does that look like if the business dissolves? And, you know, the name wasn't my first choice. Those types of things you have to yield to your partner, especially in your case where you have multiple people that you podcast with. So I think just yielding to somebody else's thoughts and their vision when you had a completely different vision in mind, and then also backing it all up with paperwork.
Mm-hmm. That paperwork, something else, man.
That paperwork.
Coach James Bonds wants to ask, what makes y'all different?
I like that. What makes us different? A lot. I am a creative. I, you know, moved to the beat of my own drum. I'm from the house. I feel like I can do more working remotely. Yeah, I'm a creative. He's coming from like the corporate. Can we talk about where you work?
Nah, we good.
Okay.
Come on, Aaron.
We good.
I'm
a veteran. But I will say this: I'm a military veteran. I'm a veteran,
Okay.
so you know, that's the reason why I'm in Seattle area, because I'm a veteran.
Thank you for your service,
fair
bro.
enough.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
So yeah, he's not only boots to the ground, networking, attending all of these corporate events. He also has a corporate job.
That's why he focused like he is.
Huh?
That's why he focused like he is. Military background.
Right. He's also militant because he comes from military experience. I'm more like go with the flow, move to the beat of my own drum, working from home and not having an answer to anyone per se. So that makes us makes us different, both professionally and personally, like, yeah, that I would say that. And then also the strengths that we bring to the podcast, we kind of touched on. You know, he's the big thinker and thought like 3 years down the road. And he's working like with other people to get them on the podcast, whereas I'm doing all of the behind the scenes stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for me, yeah, I have a job, corporate job, and
Y'all laughing about when you say corporate job.
I don't know why.
I know she's like corporate.
It's
I'm like, I just got a
good
job. I just got a job. If you really know, I've already mentioned what my job, my business, my company was early in the conversation. But yeah, sure. Yeah. No, but well, for real, like for me, I think the biggest difference between me and Dani is she has young kids. I have older kids. So I have a college freshman and a college sophomore. So I'm an empty nester. So I get to, do a little bit more traveling than, she does as far as that. Like I don't, she doesn't have to ask nobody with her job, but for me, I don't have nobody in the house so that I'm out and about, doing my thing. If I'm not at church, I'm out and about doing something or trying to promote the car pass as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I love the energy that you guys have, man. I've always loved Dani Marie's energy, but Aaron, you got that energy too, man. You're a funny dude too. But
yeah, you hear him, you just try to throw it in there. Y'all both got that.
I got him. That's my guy. I'm gonna tell you, man. I did a music video show for 12 years. A lot of people know this, and we've been doing DopelivenTV for 5 years now. We're over 1,000 shows. Doing really well with it. Rachel says hi, Dani Marie.
Hey, Rachel, the GOAT.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. But my thing is, and you have to be, in my opinion. You guys correct me and chime in when you get ready. The people, and I'm getting around the people that you surround yourself with as you grow. Okay, you guys seem like you got a great dynamic, but man, the people. Say something about the people. The people that you grow when you have your business, and the people that you got to let go of.
Ladies first.
I will say that we're both people of faith, and I think that's probably what also anchors us and gels us together. Like, I don't know too many people that, yeah, if you don't have that, what are you leaning on? So that I think helps us to see the bigger picture and be able to work with people and tolerate people where sometimes they may be intolerant. It's still showing grace to other people, period. In terms of the guests that we've had and experiences we've had, I don't think I've had any experience that put a bad taste in my mouth. Now, getting out there in the public, it might be different, but wait, hold on. This is too much smirking coming from your side.
Y'all funny, man.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know for the whole city hustle.
I don't know anybody that's put a bad taste in my mouth yet.
Last week.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure the time will come, especially working out there in the field and being more in person. And you have big personalities. A lot of people, like I say, who are in the corporate space and experts in their respective field and feel like I am the end all be all and I know what I know, and will try to kind of push the limits and then probably annoy me at some point. But keeping the bigger picture in mind, I think that's important. Like, what is the end goal? The end goal is getting this out to people and then working our way to bigger arenas. So, keeping that in mind, and I've always been good about that.
She's good. I had to say last week we had a couple guests. We was like, this won't be a full podcast. It won't be a full episode podcast.
But it wasn't their personality. It wasn't that. It was just like, okay, this is another thing. Again, we're talking about podcasting, right? So there's a platform out there called Podmatch. It's not any platform I used in the past because I wasn't looking for guests for quite a while. But Podmatch is basically just like you can expect in the name. You go on this platform and you're matched with these different people where you can essentially say yes or no, like swipe left or right? And so just before I decided to close the app and be done with it, I just told everybody, hey, here's the link. We'll move you over to my CRM, customer relationship management tools. And there were a lot of people that I did not properly vet. I just let the floodgates open, and we had a lot of people who were not compatible. So yes, Aaron is right. Like, they were not the best fit for the platform. And kind of going back to what you said earlier, just a lot of people who seemed as though they were posing, they were not true experts in their field. And so they couldn't really speak eloquently about what they were talking about. And therefore, we probably won't be using their content. But still doesn't mean that they left a bad taste in my mouth in terms of personalities didn't gel. It's just like, you still show respect and kindness, and then you just choose not to air it on your platform. Have you been through that, Greg?
Hey,
no, because you're live.
You know what? I'm gonna let Aaron say what he got to say. That I'm gonna tell a story, okay? Because you are absolutely right. Go ahead, Aaron.
Well, I was going to say, it's ironic too that she say that, because we had somebody from Australia on the podcast. And then 2 days later, we found out that USA is playing Australia in the World Cup here in Seattle. So it was pretty ironic with that one. He was a good guest, and we'll hear him. I think one thing that I would say about my circle of influence, things like that, is that you really understand that not everybody's going to understand the journey that you're on, and some people are going to, like, you're going to leave you. I mean, when I say that, hey, I'm working on something, well, why don't you chill? Why don't you chill? Why don't you do this? Well, I'm still working because I'm not established yet where I want to go to. Well, why don't you just? So it's a mentality thing too that you see. It doesn't mean that person's a bad person, but you're on two different paths, and you got to understand that. Sometimes you got to let people go and go down their path, because your path is different, and you got to stay on your path. If you don't, and you let other people deter you, then you'll never go down that path you want to, and then you have a lot of regret later on. So
absolutely. To the point that I was talking about, what you were talking about earlier, Danny, we've had guests on DopelivenTV that have come on here, and I spoke about it before. If you're an entrepreneur and you know your craft and you know your brand, you should be able to speak about it fluently. You should be able to. It should just roll off of your tongue. We've had people come on and him and Han and oh man, I wish I could pull up a whole reel. I could make a whole hour reel of those people who come on and don't know what the hell they're talking about. All right, but you wanted to come on the show to speak about it, but you don't know what you're talking about. Now they won't be invited back to the show. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't dislike them as a person. Right. But, when we come on here, just like the same as you guys come on and do your podcast, you're trying to inform people of different things. You're trying to educate people on different things, okay? You're entertaining people. And, I don't want anybody that's coming on here telling lies, right. making stuff up. I can't do it. Can't do it at all. So I applaud you guys. And like I said, I know you, Danny, but now I feel like I know Aaron, okay, because he's intentional. I can tell he's intentional. And that's a great thing. And this whole conversation that we're having has turned into a masterclass. So I thank you guys for being true to what you talk about. So man, whoo, it's a beautiful thing. But when you said that, I was like, oh my goodness. I thought about 10 people right off the bat that came on the show. We had a lady called herself a sex doula.
Oh,
I don't know why we had her on in the first place.
Girl, just say you love sex.
Aaron, raise your head back up, man. A sex doula. And she was giving her testimony in a closet.
Oh, man.
She was giving her testimony in a closet. I'm like, what are you doing? And she couldn't talk about
blood pressure up already, huh?
Dude. It's making me have flashbacks right now, man. And it's like, woo. But it's refreshing that we see people like yourselves that can talk about what you need to talk about and invite people in. You know, it's kind of hard to draw people. You know, we all entrepreneurs, but it's hard to draw people into the entrepreneurship, okay, that don't understand the journey. All right. And talk about the journey, Aaron. I don't know you like that, okay, but talk about the journey, man. Your journey has not, you've been in the military and this and that, but look at you now, okay. What has your journey been like? How have you gotten from point A to point B?
It's a lot of failure, man. A lot of failure. A lot of excitement starting off, and then to your own regard, not following up or not doing the necessary things that you should be doing to succeed. And anything that I fail at, I look at myself, and because I have a lot of great mentors. I've done real estate, government contracting, still do, and I'm also doing business credit as well. So I've done different things, and I'm not as successful as I want to be in certain areas and that comes on me because I have a lot of education. You know, one thing about when I did was when I jumped into something, I educated myself, just like the podcasting. Danny can tell you, I started educating myself on podcasting, how to talk to guests, because I already had a real estate meetup 2 years ago, and I did it every week. So I know how to understand how to talk to guests. But even with podcasting, I wanted to learn more. So I took a course on how to, understand about podcasting. When I was doing real estate, I understand about wholesaling and multifamily and things like that. So, but at the same time, you still, even though you're educated, you still got to follow through to make the money to really grow your business. So, and that's something I'm still striving to do. So, but I'm still excited. I'm still excited because I know the journey's not over with, and I know this podcast is going to grow more and more as we approach the World Cup. More and more people are going to look at us, and we're going to grow this and be as big as possible.
Education and implementation, man. I love it. Okay, I love it because that's what it's about, man. You know, and you made a great point, Aaron. When you look at your failures, at least I do, and you do as well, a little differently. All right, I look at the failures as education. All right. And I educate myself as to why I failed. And then I educate myself as to how I can get further past that point. You know, so it's all in education, and we don't stop learning. And Danny, your journey, I know we've heard it a long time ago before, but I know you've added different steps to your journey. Tell us about your journey.
I'll just date back to, and I tell all my business. I don't know how to turn it on and off. So I'll just go back to like the pandemic. When before the pandemic, I was like working like 2 full-time jobs for like 10 years plus. The last time I was like working during the pandemic, I was laid off from both of those jobs. I had my first child during the height of the pandemic. A year later, my dad would pass away, and I've just had loss after loss after loss since the pandemic. And so going through those personal struggles and still like, this is not going to be the end of my story. I'm still determined to, rise above everything, which is basically how I started off during the start of this interview. Is like, anybody that's been through some things just in 2025, blessings to you, keep going. So yeah, my personal journey just consists of a lot of loss, but then in that, learning more about myself and, things that I can tolerate, that I'm stronger than maybe what I thought before.
Right.
And all my favorite scriptures, for I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you, plans to give you a hope in the future. Jeremiah 29:11. So yeah, that's kind of what I lean on because I have been through a lot, even at a funeral where I lost my closest aunt. My brother was like, "Are you okay?" Because I was crying, and he was like, "I've never seen you cry before." Just to hear that, like, Jesus, how hard have I been my entire life, just been in survivor mode, right? But yeah, I've been through a lot of pivots during the pandemic, trying to figure things out as a coach, stepping into that arena, like if I even wanted to be a coach and name myself that, because there's stigmas that come with that now. But I think overall, what I've been through allows me to provide the value that I provide and work at the level that I do for people and show up for people because I want to see people win. Now, if you pulling me down, then I'm gonna have to, like I said, put you in that community, and that's all I could do for you. But those people that show up for themselves, I'm there for you 100%. And shout out to Rachel again, because I see her in the comments.
Yeah, but let me tell you this: it's one thing to do what we do what you do, but it's another thing for people to give you your flowers and say, "I appreciate you." I got something for you, Dani.
Yeah.
Hey there. How are you guys doing today? I just wanted to stop by, and while you were on the show, I had to say this to you, Dani. You might not have known that you changed the trajectory of how I was bringing my platform. One comment that you did when you took the 7-day challenge changed the way I brought the mastermind. So I tell everybody about you all the time. I tell them, check Dani out. But I wanted to say today, while you were on the show, I thank you for your honesty and your constructive feedback, because that is what makes us leaders.
That's right.
So I appreciate you. So I didn't want to hijack your show, but I was glad you was on. It gave me opportunity to say hello to you and actually say thank you once again for the great things that you're doing. I remember when you first started your podcast journey, when I've been watching you the whole time. Keep up the great work and keep doing the phenomenal things you're doing.
Rachel, thank you. I have to give you your flowers because you are a GOAT. You are a beast at what you do. And I thought you were going to say it takes a great leader to just apply the tools and take criticism, constructive criticism. I thought that's the direction you were going to go. So I'll say that just to hear my heart, right? Like wanting to see you win and not coming down or judging or anything, just like you are already there, just tweak it just a little bit. And I take the same type of criticism and feedback. So blessings to you. I see you doing your thing. You have a lot of people in the tutelage, that work underneath you that are also doing cool things. I see them on other people's platform that I work with. So, it's in the proof is in the pudding, and, you bear fruit, and I see that you're going to continue to do amazing things. So I appreciate you for jumping on.
No problem. And once again, as you said, being able to take the criticism was not the big thing. The biggest thing was that you were willing to give it constructively. And when you said in there that you work better with a group, it changed everything I was doing. I don't even know if you know, I stopped doing what I was doing and went back to the lab. As we say, went back to the lab and decided what could I offer in a more impactful way so people could move forward and grow. Because my ultimate goal is for people to grow. Mm-hmm. And with your words, it changed everything that I was doing. I stopped everything I was doing, went back and said, how do I help? What can I offer? What is it that I do that can provide this, and this? Yeah. And currently the mastermind, what they say most in that mastermind is that is a bunch of like-minded people together, and it makes them stay accountable. So thank you for that moment.
Absolutely.
So I say this, your business. Now, the other reason why I came on, your business. I am doing a book tour in the next 12 months of my third book. My other two books, they won an award. So I'm an award-winning author. So the third book is coming out in the next 12 months. Over the next 12 months, I'll be running. That being said, I'm also doing sponsorship for you. You get the top tier, absolutely complimentary. Send your logo, your bio, and everything. Your logo, your bio, and I'll send it to your inbox so you can see what all comes with it. I need a 30-second clip. You'll be in every promo reel, because if I had not, if we had not exchanged a comment, I might have still been doing what I was doing, running around in the hamster wheel. So I thank you thoroughly. And to me, I wanted people, when you say thank you, you show up.
I love that. Absolutely. We will collab. And I appreciate you extending your platform in that way. And this is the power of this platform, Dope Living TV, connecting.
Absolutely.
You guys are connected.
We met right here. So I'll let y'all get back to your interview, and I will talk to you guys. Watch me on Thursday right here on Dope Living TV. Right. Talk to you soon.
All right, Rachel. Appreciate you, Rachel.
Oh, happy anniversary. I forgot. I think she just mentioned her anniversary with her wife. Yeah. So blessings to her.
Danny, this is what you do, because you know, when I first saw you, I told Gina, I told Chris, Mo, I said, we got to have her on the show. We have to have her on the show because listen to her. I played your I forgot what it was, but I played something of yours, and you were so energetic and you were so knowledgeable, and it was something, and I got to echo Rachel. It changed us as well.
Oh, I love that.
It changed us as well. So,
But when I first came on, it was oozing out of me. I was like, blah, 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 blah.
You was good. You were good. Hey, Aaron, I'm telling you, man, you with the right one.
Good.
You with the right
That's
one.
so polite. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Aaron, he be sending me podcasts and stuff like I'm still a small fry, and I am. But he be sending me all this podcast and stuff like we need to do it this way, and this way. I'm like, okay, Aaron.
But that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Okay. And Aaron family now, he don't know what he did, but he family now. Coming on the show, you become family. Well, no, I ain't gonna say everybody does. You know me, Danny. I can go in, all right. But Aaron is cool, okay. And you guys gave us a masterclass today. Most definitely, you gave us a masterclass. Aaron, I want to give you an opportunity, man, to just say what's on your heart, man. Okay, there's somebody that's trying to do the same thing that you are doing. Okay, give them a little advice.
I would say, first of all, have your foundation. God should be your foundation always, and pray about it. Pray about first before where your journey is going to be at, because God's going to give you direction. Once God gives you direction, really do a deep dive into everything. Really educate yourself as much as possible, and make sure that you're around like-minded people. We hear that all the time, but sometimes you get, like you were saying, you got to get out your circle. Because it might not be the person who looks like you either who's going to help you out the most. So you can't be afraid to take that leap. And I think a lot of people are afraid to take that leap and move forward. So you got to find people who are, you got to network with people. You got to find people who are like-minded, and then you attach yourself to them. It's not going to be rainbows and sunshine. I don't care what you see on Instagram or whatever. It's not going to be rainbows and sunshine. It's going to be some dark days, going to be some long days, but you guys stick with it. And once you stick with it, things are going to come. And but make sure God is your foundation always. It starts with Him and ends with Him. So if we do those combinations, the sky's the limit. And that's why I got to say, man, thank you, sir, for this opportunity to say this and this platform. It's a blessing to be on any platform. It's a blessing to have my co-host with me on here. I knew that we'd probably do something after our first Tacoma one. We talked, and so it's a blessing. I'm really blessed, and I'm really, really excited for 2026.
You are a blessing, brother. You're king, brother. Appreciate you saying everything that you just said. Danny, what about you?
Yeah, I'll just say, do not sleep on the FIFA World Cup. Like, we're obviously doing this for a reason. Again, we want everybody to get a piece of the pie. There's so much money that's going to be circulating. And then if you're interested in podcasting, definitely connect. If you have a product, a brand, or service, or even like a testimony or story to tell, start a podcast. As you see, more people are moving towards podcasting. Athletes are moving towards podcasting. I think it's like the next thing beyond social media is like having control of your own platform. We need more Black media spaces that are sharing more things besides the, women versus men kind of conversations, because that seems to be permeating on social media a lot. So we need more authentic platforms. So we want to hear from you guys. I'll end with, my framework, the 5 P's of podcasting. You need a plan. You need a platform. You need to check your performance. You need to check your promotion, and then you need to start profiting from your podcast. It's really that easy. I'll say to get started, but then to sustain it, you need a good system. And that's not too hard to do if you put forth the effort. But don't sleep on Host City Hustle. Get a part of the FIFA World Cup and connect if you want to start a podcast to market your product, brand, or services.
Oh yeah, we got merch too. You know, we not wearing it, but we got merch. We got merch.
Readiness reports,
Yeah.
a book on Amazon.
Yeah.
We got all the tools.
Let's go.
Go to our website, wholecityhustle.com, and check us out because we do have all these things on there. So like you said, the merch, the book, the readiness report. We're going to really start going heavy with marketing this as much as possible because we want people to be part of it. And our merch is all the host cities in for the World Cup too. So that's part of our merch is a shirt designed for each host city for the World Cup.
Quickly, do you know, you can list better than I, the host cities, name some so people that are listening know if they're close in proximity.
So I'm going to go down the list. I'm not doing Mexico cities. I'm going to go down the list. So it's Vancouver, Seattle, San Francisco, LA, Dallas, Houston, Kansas City, Miami, Boston, Philadelphia, New York, Toronto, Vancouver, Mexico City, Monterrey, Mexico, and Guatemala. I can't say the last one, but it starts with G. That's the last one. So 16 whole cities.
In Atlanta, that's the only
Atlanta
one.
too. My fault, Atlanta. That's probably gonna be our first stop outside the city besides Vancouver is Atlanta.
And the city of Dope Living, y'all got us. Okay, you know, Danny, whatever you need from us, we got you. All right, and you know, I'm shameless plug, man. Y'all starting Saturday, we're gonna start doing this merch as well. We got merch. I'm gonna send you guys.
I love it.
Gotta send you guys something too, so that we
rock it.
We can all be simpatico. But yeah, man, you guys just keep doing what you guys are doing, man. You guys are amazing, okay? And the blessing was ours, all right? And I love to have conversations like this because it's an opportunity, number one, for us to learn what you do, and number two, it's an opportunity to make sure that you get your flowers that you so justly deserve. All right, while you can still smell them, honestly. So thank you guys for coming on, man. Don't forget everybody, Host City Hustle. They got some big things going on, so make sure that you guys tune in and support them. Dani Lee. Okay, Dani Marie and Aaron, man, you guys are amazing, man. Thank you for giving us this masterclass.
Thank you. You all take care. Be blessed.
Hey, man, tomorrow on Dope Living TV, man, look, what is this?
That's old school. The dollar.
Love it.
We're going back tomorrow. A long time ago, we used to have these things, do some things, you know, like station wagons and all of that stuff where we sat in the back seat and that look, man, we're going to go back tomorrow. We're going to have a bunch of pictures. We're going to just go back. All right.
Oh, I love that.
We're going to do it. All right.
Memory lane.
Hey, Greg, real quick.
Yes, sir.
You know, you talking about give people flowers. This is what I did. I think other people should think about doing this too. For people that you love and think about, send them a video of how much you love them and how much you care about them. You know, tell them how much you love because you never know what's going to happen the next day. So tell people and give people flowers by telling them a video of how much you mean to them, man. I did it. It means so much to people. I had people crying. I was crying in videos. But it tells them how much you love them, man, because you never know what can happen the next day.
That's right.
Absolutely. We should do a campaign, man. Look, I'll even give up a couple of shirts and whatever. Okay, send us your flower giving. You know what I'm saying? We should do it, man. Let's talk about this. I'm serious. I'm serious. We should do that. All right. Anyway, thank you guys again for coming on the show. We will see you guys tomorrow. It's Greg Gray, Dope Living TV live. Y'all have a great evening. All right. Peace. I hate when I mess up like this.